Okay, we are going to try this again. This time I brought the husband downstairs so that he would know I was live. Okay, I don't want to hear myself. This time I brought the husband downstairs so that he would know I was live. Too bright? He's fixing the lighting. It's my technical support guy. Isn't that... I want to glow. I don't want to be dark. Okay. Now, if you could go in the other room and make sure that you're hearing me and it's not choppy, that would be great. First live, just trying to make sure that everything's working great before I start getting into what I want to talk about, because I want to make sure that there's a beginning video to the business. That way you'll get an understanding of what I'm about, who am I, why did I start doing Reiki, what is Reiki, what is chakras, the energy in your body, why do I use crystals, all the fun stuff that my business is about. So, is everything good, babe? It's good? What are you typing? I can see him over there typing. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Oh, how sweet. I love you. Have fun with the boys. I hope they're good for you. I'm kicking them out of the house while we do the live, that way I don't have any distractions and nobody else is on the Wi-Fi. So, lots of love. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I just want to give it a couple more minutes just in case any family or friends are going to hop on. That way they'll get the full thing. Oh. I cannot believe we are live. It's crazy. It's been a long journey. I'm super excited though. Let's see here. Lots of fun things to talk about. Can't wait to get started. We are officially open now, so that is exciting. I'll post my hours in the group afterwards. That way everybody knows when they can stop by and look at crystals or what times are available for a Reiki session if you're interested. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. That way it's not like a huge lag at the beginning. So I wanted to start off by saying who I am and just a little bit background on me and my little family. So my name is Sasha Gregerson, if you don't already know, and I am 33 years old. I am a mom to two beautiful boys. I have a 4-year-old Connor and a 2-year-old Cutler, and they're amazing and rambunctious, and I love them. I have a husband, Troy. We've been married for 10 years. It's been amazing as well. And I guess my main thing is, like, I've always been into helping people and taking care of people. I just want to make a difference and let people know that they're loved and help them in the healing process. So I actually have a background in healthcare. I was a CNA for about 3 years. I started that when I was in high school, and then that's when I realized that I didn't want to stop my education there, because even though I was helping people, I was actually working a lot in the nursing home. Even though I was helping people, I wasn't able to help them enough because I didn't have that nursing degree, and sometimes it wouldn't get past the nurse what somebody needed. So I went on and got my nursing degree and had that in 2009. And I was working all the way up until 2017 when my first son was born, Connor. And a lot of people gave me crap for stopping my degree, which was kind of interesting. they told me to keep up on my degree, and just there was a lot of judgment there, especially from the older generation, about how, what if your husband dies and then you have like no degree anymore, you wasted your time. But I don't think people understood where my mindset was at. Even though I was helping people, the healthcare system, which I love the healthcare system. I love doctors, I love nurses, I love everybody in it, but it wasn't going in the direction that I saw myself going. I was spending more time on the computer and coding than I was in a patient's room making a difference, which is what I truly wanted to do. I did most of my career in family practice, so I got to see a lot of different things from the young generation to the old generation. And I loved that because I loved learning. I didn't realize that I had a gift in it until I was done with nursing, but a lot of the times if I floated or went to different doctors' offices, they would offer me jobs and want me to stay because I was really good at what I did. So I'm more intuitive, I would say. I was able to go into a patient's room, talk with them, and know kind of exactly where we needed to go in helping diagnose them, or I would already diagnose them without even having the background of being a doctor, just because that, I think, is one of my gifts that I had, that I have. So, oh, thanks, Andrea. I see you. It only says one person's watching, but I know you and Troy are watching, so it's a lie. So again, I'm just a very intuitive person, and I loved what I did, but it kind of went away from the direction I wanted to go. So after I had Connor, I knew that I would, in like 3 or 4 years, I would be starting a business. And I watched a lot of stuff on Facebook. I watched jewelry shows, pearl parties, like clothing stuff, blankets, like everything. Just searching for this one thing that I knew that I was going to be doing. But I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it. And then through a really big trial I had, I found Reiki energy work and instantly knew this was the direction my life was going. So I kind of want to talk about how I found Reiki and what was going on at the time that I found Reiki. So about 5 or 6 years ago, even when I was still in my nursing career, I got a bunch of lymph nodes in the back of my neck. And I went to several specialists. I did a bunch of testing, and I think that healthcare is great. Like I said, there's definitely a purpose. I would never say that you need to always go to holistic health, but I think that healthcare and holistic health need to come together more as a team. So I went to a bunch of doctors then. I really didn't get anywhere. And even with my nursing background and knowing my own body and what was going on, like, they were still gaslighting me. This can happen to a lot of people, actually. Doctors can kind of treat you like you're crazy, and they were trying to tell me there was nothing wrong, even though you can see the scans with the lymph nodes on them. And then when I tried to get a second opinion, that guy told me that it's because of my car accident, even though like car accidents don't cause lymph nodes. So I finally just gave up and dealt with the pain. I didn't really keep track of the lymph nodes in my neck. I just dealt with it until I didn't pay attention anymore. And then about a year ago, I started to get more lymph nodes in my neck and my collarbones, and I was like, great. At the time, my aunt was going through cancer treatments, and one of her last things she told me was to take my health seriously, because she hadn't. And that's kind of why she was in the boat she was in. So thanks, Ramel. So I was like, okay, I have these lymph nodes. I'm not going to ignore them, even though I wanted to. And so I went and saw the doctor again, and they referred me to another ENT. So this is the third specialist I've seen for the lymph nodes. We came up with a plan. It was very depressing because, again, I was getting gaslighted by the third specialist about, it's fine or whatever, but it's clearly not fine. So he ended up taking out one of my lymph nodes. But right before this, I was pretty desperate because I was just laying around the house. I wasn't being a good wife. I wasn't being a good mom. I was like specifically doing stuff so that I wouldn't have to go down the stairs because I felt like I needed a cane if I came back up the stairs. And it was like really depressing. If you ever deal with chronic pain, you know that it's like, it sucks. And then to not get the help from doctors, and it's not like they're just going to give you pain pills. They think everyone's out there seeking pain pills. So I was just continually told to come back in a month or come back after this. But I had my lymph node surgery scheduled for like a month after this. But around this time, it was December. And so I had let Troy's family know that I wanted a blessing. And so we decided we would do it at the Christmas party so there would be more priesthood holders there. And it would just mean more if we could pull in more prayers and more family, because I was facing like a lot of scary things, because you think about like testing a lymph node and everybody's thinking cancer or leukemia or something like that, like scary things. So we went to the Christmas party, and the blessing was kind of where it all started for me. Right before this, though, I need to say that nobody knew that this had happened before the priesthood blessing. So I was searching online. I was just going through Facebook, and I found these two guys, Tyler and Ricky, and they were doing Reiki healing and readings and stuff. And because I was so desperate, I was like, well, I don't really know about any of this stuff, but like I would love some healing. I don't even know where to go in my life. So I paid for a session and instantly felt pain relief. I got some good sleep. Like I could tell it was real, and I could tell that it was like a sign from God. I just knew instantly that this is something that can actually help me. This is the only thing that has helped me. And so I went to sleep that night, and when I woke up, my hands were like, I could feel the energy in my hands. And I've done a lot of research in that. A lot of the times, like when you get a Reiki healing session, if you're a healer, it can end up turning on your hands. So I could feel the energy in my hands. I did a lot of research. They say like you're not able to do Reiki unless you have your certificates, which I do have now. But I knew then that I could do it, and I automatically started practicing on Troy and the kids. So I was doing a little bit of that on the side, doing a lot of research, kind of nervous, not knowing if this is like taboo stuff, what I'm doing, but it's helping me. Something is finally helping me. So we went to the family Christmas party, and I got that priesthood blessing. And the thing that I will never forget is that it said specifically it was okay. It was okay for me to seek out alternative stuff. And so that meant so much more to me then, because I was so nervous about what I was doing. And, you know, is Heavenly Father, does he know? Is this okay? Like, am I going against my faith? And like having that said in the blessing meant a lot. And then I knew it's okay to do. And so that's how I got into it. I also want to mention that I am seeing another specialist, and it's Dr. Billstrom, who's in Blackfoot. He is in functional medicine and autoimmune disease. So not only am I doing the Reiki, but I'm also seeing another specialist who's actually taking it seriously, and he's helping me a lot, but he is on the more holistic side. He's got me on a lot of vitamins and a lot of stuff that is more like not medications, but a lot of stuff that is helping my body. When he did my blood work, he was like, oh, all of this is so bad, which you don't want to hear from a doctor. But he's like, this doesn't really look that good, but what are you doing? Because your fighter cells, there were several different tests where my fighter cells were way higher than what he expected. So if your body is so depleted, then those fighter cells should be so depleted too, because like of all my symptoms and having all the pain that I was having. And I let him know that I was doing the Reiki and meditations, and he was pretty excited about that, which I thought was really cool. And he said, actually, that you can change your DNA and increase your immune system by doing meditations and the Reiki. So he actually told me, like, you need to make sure you're doing meditations 20 minutes a day. It was just, that was another thing that validated for me that I was doing right. Like, scientifically, he could see it in my blood that it was helping me. So I love that, because obviously I do have that nursing background. So now I want to get into, so that is how I started Reiki. But now I want to get into what the energy is in your body and talk a little bit about the chakras before I start talking about what the Reiki is itself. So if you think, so we're going to talk about the chakras first. If you think about the physical body, we all have a physical body. Like, we can see it, we know there's bones, we know there's muscles, there's a physical body. But we also have to know that there is a spiritual body to us, right? Everybody talks about your soul, your spiritual body. That spiritual body is made up of energy. So if everything, even like something as simple as this bottled water, it's made up of energy. Thank you, Andrea. It's made up of energy. Like, we can talk about this is made up of energy, this is made up of energy, like the planets are made up of energy. Our body is obviously made up of energy as well. We may not be able to see it, but it's made up of energy. And each energy has a different vibration, which is very important for healing. So, I'm just looking at my notes so I make sure that I get everything. Our body is made up of the energy, and there's different layers of energy in your body, which is called an aura. So I don't know if you've heard people talking about like how they can see colors of your aura, or like they can see your energy. That's what they're talking about. They can see your aura. It's the layers of energy in your body. So in each section of our body, we have different energy centers. So these are called your chakras. So you have your crown chakra, which is actually, that's another thing about your spiritual body. It doesn't just stay in, like, this is my physical body, but my energy is actually like out here. Like it goes a little further than our physical body. So a lot of the times when I'm doing a session, I will do an energy, like, I will look at all your energy, and I will be doing this to see if you have the same like height in all of it. Sometimes, like, if your energy is really like unprotected in an area, that could mean that there's a lot of energy work that needs to be done at that area. So these energy centers they control different emotional and physical aspects of the body. So you have the crown chakra, which is right on top or right here. You have the third eye chakra. You have the throat chakra. You have the heart chakra. You have, like, right where the rib cage starts, right here, you have the solar plexus. 2 fingers underneath your belly button is the sacral chakra. And then, like, right at your tailbone area is the root chakra. And then your feet are connected to, and legs are connected to the root chakra as well. And your arms are in the heart chakra. So each center, like I said, has like a physical and emotional level to it. So like if I'm talking to you about, oh, your throat chakra, it feels a little off, this could mean something physical, or this could mean something emotional. So physically, it could mean like maybe you suffer a lot from sore throats. Maybe your thyroid is a little bit off. But emotionally, what it could mean in your throat chakra is it could mean that you're not speaking your truth. You're holding a lot of stuff in instead of like confronting problems and issues. Or it can go the opposite way and be like overactive, and you are way too vocal about your feelings, and you're actually attacking people and not speaking in love and understanding. And then another example, if we talk about your root chakra, so that's again down by your tailbone. That one has more to do with physically, like if you get a lot of constipation, if you have a lot of chronic back pain, if you have a lot of pain in your feet and your legs. Emotionally, the root chakra is our foundation. So if you have a lot of like past traumas, or if you don't feel very protected, if you get a lot of anxiety or fears, a lot of the times this chakra will be off. So that is just examples of your root and your throat chakra. But like I said, each area has a different emotional and physical attribute to it. So it's actually very, very complicated. Just like the physical body is very complicated, the spiritual body is also very complicated. So now now that I've talked about the chakras of the body, now I can talk about the Reiki. So Reiki energy work is where I take my hands and I go throughout the body and help clear out or the energy. So if you have overactive energy in a spot, or you have underactive, or you can actually have a physical spot, like it feels blocked, like the energy won't go through that spot. By going through from your hands, I take my hands and I go from your head to your feet. You'll just lay on the table, or I have a chair that I also can put you on, and I go from the head to the feet, clearing out the energy in your body. A lot of people say that, I don't want to be awkward, but a lot of people say stay away from miraculous healers that claim they can do like amazing things, and that's not something I'm claiming that I'm doing. But by clearing out the energy in your body, which I know I can do because it's a gift from Heavenly Father, thank you. By clearing out that energy, you are the one, and your body is the one that does the actual healing afterwards. So it's not, I'm not doing the healing. I'm helping clear out the energy so that your body can do the healing afterwards. So then your body has the most potential to do the healing. So if you think about your physical body, and if you're like me and you're having all these physical symptoms and you're going to the doctors and you're getting nowhere, then it could be that your spiritual body or the energy of your body is also off. So you're trying to treat this physical part, but your spiritual energy body is not coming together. So if we can clear out the energy, then, and you continue treating your body physically, and it comes together, like healthcare and holistic health should come together, then you'll have the most potential for the healing. So I was doing all the physical stuff, and then I was doing all the physical stuff and getting nowhere. And now that I've started to do the energy clearing, I'm now having way more pain relief, and I'm sleeping better. The lymph nodes are still there and we're still working on it, but I actually feel like I'm getting somewhere now because I'm treating my whole body as a person. Like the Reiki helps you physically, emotionally, and spiritually come together. Okay, I did want to bring this up because I've had it brought up several times, and I just want to be completely clear with the statement from the church. So a lot of people voice concerns about what the church says on energy work, and I totally understand. If this is not something for you, I'm not bullying you into doing it. I don't want you to believe what I'm doing if you don't believe in it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's totally fine with me. I'm not a judgmental person. Just don't judge my faith. Like, I have had a lot of revelations and promptings from Heavenly Father that what I'm doing is right. So it says it's discouraged, and it says it's discouraged because a lot of people will ask for a crap ton of money, and they will claim that they can heal your cancer, or like you'll be 100% better, and that's not something that I'm doing. And so yeah, I would discourage going and spending thousands of dollars on something that people say that they can do that they can't. I'm just saying that I can help clear the energy in your body, and by doing that, your body can do more of the healing itself that it is needed. And then another thing it said that was interesting is outside of prayer. And each session that I do starts with a prayer in my heart and ends with a prayer in my heart. I have always cared about people. I think my name even means like lover of mankind. I am a very intuitive healer. I love helping people. I would never do something that I would feel is like not in my faith. I have a very strong testimony, and it's never been stronger. I feel like I was forced to go through this trial of health so that I could help other people, because I, as a nurse, would never imagine myself being like, oh, come on over for some energy clearing. Like, that should make you think. If I, as a nurse with a healthcare background, am saying that this can help your body with the healing process, with all of the knowledge that I have in my nursing background, that should make you think twice about like, oh wow, she really like can understand what the physical body needs. And if she's telling me this helps my spiritual body and it can help the healing process, then maybe that is something that I should give a chance. Another thing that was interesting is like, so obviously when I'm doing the energy work, my hands are above you and stuff. And since I start at the head, some people have brought up that that looks or imitates a priesthood blessing. And I just want to be 100% clear. I am no way saying that you never need priesthood blessings again. I am not trying to imitate priesthood blessings. I am not like, I don't want you to think that I think that I have the priesthood power. That is not something that I have. And I don't want you to stop with the priesthood. I have a stronger faith in the priesthood because of everything that I have been through. So that's all I want to say about that. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. I'm totally fine with that. We can still be friends and family. I love everybody, okay? So the main thing again about Reiki is not only can it help decrease your stress, it can help with your memory, it can help with your brain fog, it can help, let me see what my note says, promote healing. I've said that over and over again. It's just, it emotionally can help you a lot, especially if you're having a hard time expressing emotions. So I don't know that I mentioned this actually, but your chakras, each chakra has a different color to it, which is kind of significant. So the root chakra is black or red. So this is where my crystals come into play. So like I said, that everything has energy and its own vibration. So do the crystals. So I've read a lot of books. I still am studying a lot of books, but like I have this crystal here. This is actually a moss agate. It is my favorite. And then I also have a green aventurine. So those are both green colors, right? So every crystal has its own vibration and its own healing properties because it has its own vibration. And if you're so interested in doing the Reiki and you don't want to use the crystals in your session, you don't have to use the crystals in your session. That's fine with me. But the crystals for me, it's actually not in a lot of practices of Reiki, but for me, I've been led down this path to use the crystals with the Reiki because they actually do help in the healing process because they have their own energy and their own healing properties. So I can take my hand, do the energy work, and push it through the crystal, and then the crystal will push into your energy field, and it just gives it like that extra boost in healing of something specific you're needing. So even though this green crystal and this green crystal are both for your heart chakra, because they're green like your heart chakra, they do not have the same healing properties, and they are not at the same vibration. They have different vibrations. So say you're having a lot of lung issues, like you suffer from asthma or emphysema or COPD, or your immune system is really low. This is the crystal I would pick for your heart chakra because it helps in recovering from illness, it boosts your immune system, and it decreases inflammation. Now, if I was working on your heart chakra and you specifically needed something like you're having issues balancing your money, or you're just wanting a lot of abundance and love and money coming through, or protecting your heart from negativity, or this one is actually a really good one for nausea, especially in pregnancy. So that's the one that I like to recommend. Then I would use that one because, again, each one has a different energy and a different healing property. I need to take a drink. Okay, so now I want to give you another example. If I was working at your, if I was working at your root chakra, and that is black, right? So I have this black obsidian one. So if your chakra is underactive or blocked, I would want to use the same color crystal as that chakra. So I would use this obsidian, which helps you feel protected. It helps with grief. It helps with grounding. It helps with trauma. But if your root chakra, I find that it's like going really, really, really fast, that means that your root chakra is way too active and we need to slow down the energy in that area. I would want to use the opposite color crystal of that area. So I would pick I don't know if you can see this very good. It's kind of this is a crackle quartz. I would pick a white crystal instead. And so because your root chakra is overactive, I would pick the white crystal, and that would help decrease the anxiety and the fear and worry that you're having because that chakra was overactive. A lot of this stuff, like I said, is very intuitive. If I'm talking with you and you come in with your first session, it's very easy for me to see in my mind which crystal I need to use, and I feel like that is also a gift. And I feel like I've had that since I was in my nursing career. I just didn't actually realize it was a gift until I went through more trials to understand what was going on. So when the feet are overactive, I found that you can share me to groups. I've never even thought about that. Sure thing. So again, it's very intuitive, and I'm finding out new and different things. So I found out that the feet being overactive is a lot of stress and worry for people. And then if you suffer from like a lot of knee pain, or the knees seem to be overactive, it can actually mean that you're suffering from a lot of depression. So we might have to do more work in that energy area. So again, I would use a white crystal instead of a black crystal. It's very interesting, and I do a lot of research, and I'm going to continue educating myself and continue taking classes. I got my level 1 Reiki when I was going through all of my health problems. So level 1 Reiki is actually more for you personally treating anybody can do this too. Like if this is something you're interested in and want to do, you can take classes. So level 1 is more for healing yourself and like your family, like people that are in your home. And then level 2, I decided to go to because I wanted to share this with other people. That's more about treating others and distance healing, which I haven't actually touched on. And can I scientifically tell you how this Reiki is working? No, I cannot. I have faith that it works, and it does. I have done so many distance healing sessions. So I'm here and I'm doing the Reiki, and I actually take the cutest little teddy bear and I will go from top to bottom. It sounds crazy. I know this sounds crazy. I cannot explain it, but it works. I have faith that it works, and it works. And then I will tune into that person's energy, and through the healing of Heavenly Father, they will receive the energy clearing session. So people that are in like Florida or Iowa, like all these other states, Utah, like I've done sessions on people and it helps their migraines. A lot of people, for some reason, on the distance healing sessions, they fall asleep, and so then I can never get them to answer me after I'm done, and I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then they'll start, like, the next day, they'll tell me, oh my gosh, I got the best sleep I've ever had. Thank you so much. I feel so much less stressed. It was amazing. I have yet to have somebody come back and be like, this doesn't work. You're crazy. Like, and because of the testimony of other people and myself, I know that it's working and I know that it's true. So, I think I've kind of explained what it looks like. So you'll lay on my table or sit in my chair and we'll do a session for an hour. I do like to light incense for that specific chakra that we feel like is not going so well, because we'll talk beforehand, like a lot of the people will not feel worthy of love or not feel loved, and so we'll light an incense that is to the heart chakra or whichever chakra we want to work on. And then if you're very sensitive to smell, we don't have to light an incense at all. So you'll just lay there for an hour. I'll work from top to bottom, and then when I'm done with that, you'll flip over and I'll work from top to bottom to your lower back, and get that back part. I like to really work in there, especially if you suffer from a lot of back pain. And then, what does energy work feel like? That was another question that I get a lot. And it is different for everybody, and it is different to every practitioner that you go to. So my energy work is going to be different from somebody else who does energy work. I've been told that it feels very gentle and that people will feel tingling or they'll feel goosebumps or they'll feel a cold or warming sensation or they'll fall asleep. It's really different for every person that gets it done. And then, yes, back pain is like everybody suffers from back pain. It's crazy. We beat our bodies up a lot, I think. What to expect afterwards. So a lot of people, or like when to come back. I've got that and a lot as well. My prices are actually really low as opposed to other people's prices because I want to share this gift with as many people as I can because it's really significantly improved my life. Like, I cannot testify more that it is amazing. So afterwards, you can feel really, really tired, and that's just the energy work, and your body kind of needs to reset. So it is good to take a nap or get some good sleep that night. And then some people can get a little bit of a headache or a little bit of like a belly ache. And if you think about clearing the energy in your body, so if the energy in your body was trapped, underactive, or overactive, your body was used to the way it was running on the energy that it had, right? So if that's been taken away and now you're flowing in a more even energy, then it might take a little bit of time for your body to adjust to the way it's running now. So if you have a lot of issues, I'm not saying like a lot of past traumas or a lot of health problems or whatnot, it might take a couple more sessions. You might want to do one once a week. You might want to do one every other week. You might want to do one every month. It really is based on what you want to do. I'm not going to be like, we have to schedule again, like come back. That's not it. It's when you're feeling like, oh, I feel so drained. I really would like to get a boost again. So that's when you would schedule. But a lot of people I have like to do it once a week or every other week. And then you can do it every month or when you feel like you need it. I think that is basically it. I'm also going to be selling crystals, and I want to get into a lot more of herbal medicine. So I want to start making next year. I want to start making my own tinctures. Like, I want to do dandelion oils because it's actually really good for, I don't know if your husband's hands are crappy like my husband. Sorry, calling you out, Troy, but he gets so many cracks in his hands, and dandelion oil is amazing for that. And then it also brings a happy emotional reaction. So I want to make more tinctures. I want to get into more teas to help with anxiety, depression, certain other ailments, like increasing your immune system. We do have some soaps already. We want to start doing candles. It's just going to be amazing. I don't know if anyone has any questions on anything that I've went over, but my plan was to just give you like a sneak peek of the room and of the crystals that I have. I won't go over pricing or anything, but I'll just let you kind of look and see what I have right now. I'm addicted to crystals. I love them. Let's see if I can unhook us. My technical support guy is gone. Okay, so let's see. How do I flip this thing around? I don't know how to flip it. Oh, there it is. Voila! Oh, here we go. So that's another thing that I didn't talk about. So each shape of a crystal is actually, it changes the energy and vibration of that crystal. So flames are actually a really powerful fire energy. So I've got some, I like raw pieces a lot. I've got selenite, some more raw pieces. I really love spheres and towers for your rooms because they help energize the room. A bunch of different options. Like Mookite's my favorite one if you're trying to make decisions, like you have a lot of decision making going on. Like, look at that. How can you not be addicted to crystals? I just don't see it. And then I have, so here's our soaps. They're in shea butter and goat's milk, which I love. We've got a lot more carvings. We've got, these are the manlier ones. The skulls actually help you connect to your ancestors and your roots, your root of where you come from, you know. Oh, this one's cute, especially since Halloween and Christmas are coming up. Dragons. If there's a certain crystal that you want that I don't have, so that's my Reiki table where it was set up. That's where you would lay, and it actually, I have really good lighting. I'll dim the lighting, we'll light the incense and a candle. I have a lot of jewelry and crystals. I love these because you can change them out. Got a lot of bracelets. I still have a lot more coming. So this is actually some of the main crystals I like to use when I'm doing a energy session. So those would be ones that we would use, and then I like to use worry stones. I just have a lot of different options, and I put cards with almost every one because I don't want you to just, I don't know if you guys have been to a lot of crystal stores, but I don't want you to just get a crystal and leave and not know what the crystal is. I want you to be able to know what the healing property is, what chakra it works with, what is the physical stuff that it can help you with. Like, a lot of the times we'll go into the store in town and it's either not labeled or you don't really know what it is. And I want it to be more of a holistic health store so that you can actually see which crystals you want. And if you just like pretty crystals, you'll just like pretty crystals. So I will post my hours after I'm done here. Look at all the, thank you. Thank you, Cassidy. Cassidy is helping me with a lot of stuff. She does our TikTok, so I don't know if you follow us on TikTok, Ray of Hope Reiki. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. But I will post my hours on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for coming and looking at crystals. We're open from 10 to 2. And then Thursday and Friday, it's from 12 to 7. So that would be for people who are actually working late. That would be the day that they would want to come. And Saturday, it's again to 10 to 2 for the crystals. And then if you want to schedule a Reiki appointment, just call or text me and we can get it scheduled. My husband's schedule likes to change a lot because he works for the railroad. So this is just the schedule we have going right now. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturdays, I'll have a 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 1 o'clock slot. And then on Thursday and Fridays, I'll have the 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and I'll have a 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock available for a Reiki session, because my husband will actually be here on Thursday, Friday. So if that's something we need to do, if you want to text me or call me and stop by and look at crystals and it's not on one of the designated times that I have, just know that I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have two beautiful adventurous boys who might be crazy upstairs while we come down and look at the crystals. I love them. Oh, thank you, Tiff. Thank you. It's so exciting. We'll be closed on Sundays, obviously, because that's a church day. If nobody has any questions, then I think I'll end the live. I've said everything I needed to say about the Reiki and energy work. I hope that you all have a better understanding of what it is and the energy in your body, and that it is an amazing thing. And it's really honestly helped me so much with a lot of the stuff that I have. Oh, the distance Reiki. Yes, I do that all week. Like if you don't live here and where I'm at and you want to do, and it's really cheap too. I have that price set pretty low. It's $15 for 15 minutes on the distance Reiki. And I usually end up chit-chatting with you for quite a while. And we talk about which crystal I felt pulled to draw and maybe which crystal you need to get. A lot of the times I can tell people are suffering from a lot of anxiety. So I end up telling them to get like a clear quartz in their area and put it at the bottom of their bed. It's just, I honestly want to help every person the best way possible. And because I've been prompting to do this, I don't know if you've ever like had promptings and not listened from Heavenly Father. Like I, just because you were for fear of like judgment or, oh, what are people going to think if I do this or stuff like that. Like I've done that a couple of times in my life and I've always severely regretted it. And if you think about it, like you being prompted to do something that is in service of others, you are Heavenly Father's way to answer somebody else's prayers. So I just want to be able to help other people and do what I've been prompted to do. I feel very passionately about helping others. I think that is it though. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message. If you want to schedule, also shoot me a message. You can call and then we can do some crystal shopping as well. Thanks guys. I appreciate everybody for hopping on and I hope to talk to you all soon.